Yeah.
Today we have obviously a special guest, a Super Bowl champion, NFL running back C.J. Anderson. How's everything going with you?
Good, man. Good. Having fun. Coaching kids.
Yeah.
I got that. We just talked about some edge. I got that edge, but all right. Like it's every hey, we're going to state championship. Let's do it. But coaching kids, having fun, talking ball.
Awesome.
Now, you're in California, right?
I am.
Born and raised Cali.
Born and raised Cali.
Yep. And then obviously moved
And
to
then,
Denver.
moved to Denver. And
What do you think of upstate New York?
It's cold.
as I said, I'm up north. It's a little cold.
A little chilly.
It's cold.
A little chilly.
It's supposed to be
but,
0 degrees this weekend.
I'll be gone by then. But I tell people, so when I got off the plane, first thing I did was call my mom. I go, Mom, it's been a minute since we've been in this type of weather. Because,
Right.
in Colorado, you'll get this. Not every day.
Yeah.
But you will get them.
It's just different.
Yeah, you'll get some. But
different
up here, this is brick. I call it brick cold.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You can feel
Yep.
it in your bones, right? Feel it through your jacket.
Yep.
So I'm glad. So I got this, and I got my spot in Texas, and it's
Cool.
crazy. My spot in Cali is completely different than my spot in Texas. So my spot in Cali, because I'm all the way on the West Coast, it's all flip flops and all different type of stuff,
Right.
a couple tennis shoes. But
I'm
my spot
sure.
in Texas, because even though I'm down south, I'm closer to the Midwest,
Mhm.
right? The East
Oh, okay.
Coast.
Gotcha.
I got my Timbs and all
Yeah.
that stuff in there. So that's one thing I told my mom. I said, "Damn, I should have went to Texas first, go
She
grab
brought
my
the
Timbs,
Timbs, yeah.
right, and come through." But I had my trench coat, so I was happy about that. I
Right.
got multiple trench. I'm just glad I had that one,
Ye-
or I would just be out here with a hoodie. Yeah,
It's
everybody be looking at me
chilly.
like he ain't from here wearing that hoodie.
Well, it was something I was actually thinking about, like, when you came in. I knew that you were from California. I knew you went to, obviously, University of Cal, and then played for Denver, lived in Texas. You were at Rice, right, coaching running backs? So I was kind of thinking about it as, like, players, like, when you became, like, a free agent at any time, or, like, talking about getting traded, are there ever spots where, like, the Cleveland Browns or the Buffalo Bills are reaching out? And, like, I feel like the first thing in the front of my head would be, like, I do not want to play in the cold. I don't care how good this team is. I don't want to play year-round in freaking New England. You know what I mean?
There's some truth to that. I mean, so my first free agency, when I went around, I actually chose the Dolphins.
Nice.
Obviously, Denver ended up matching that, but I chose the Dolphins for two reasons. One, the weather,
Right.
right? And it's like, damn, you get you check the schedule. Like, hopefully you get Buffalo in fucking September. You ain't got to play. Excuse my French.
Gotta play 'em in
Yep.
But you ain't got
December.
to play them in December, right? Because that's what we did, right?
Yep.
Every time we got the schedule, it was like, all right, who we play in November and December? Like,
Right.
Mhm.
damn, we got to go to Green Bay. Like, you start doing that, right?
Chicago.
Right. And then that's one. And the second one, obviously, taxes.
Taxes.
man.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
tax
that
state.
too.
The
Yeah,
check-
that's something I don't even.
your-
I
your
never
che-
even
your-
think
your
about.
check is a little bit
Right.
bigger in Tennessee and Florida,
Yep.
Texas, right? So you love those too because we get taxed in every state.
Yep.
So you love those too. You start going, oh, my check gonna be bigger in there. We got the Titans. Oh, my
Yep.
check gonna be bigger. Oh, I got Dallas and the Texans and Dallas. Yes,
Sign me
right?
up.
Yeah, you,
Yeah.
you start getting happy about that
Right.
type of stuff.
So it is wherever you play that
Yep.
week.
Yes, we get taxed
Because
everywhere.
I
we play
saw,
that
I
week.
learned that like last week. I was watching the podcast with I think it's Terry on Arnold
Yep.
and Patrick Surtain, and they were talking about that. I was like, wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
So I
that's,
guess you want a lot of Texas games. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
unless you
avoid
like.
it.
So if you already on them teams, you like, man, I got 8 games where my
I'm-
check gonna
I'm
be a little bit
chilling.
bigger than what
Yeah,
it is.
right.
100%.
But then when you start looking, you going, see, like, what sucked for me for the first 6 years, right? I'm like, damn, why y'all didn't go to Vegas years ago? Like, I gotta go to
Mhm.
Oakland, then I gotta go to San Diego.
San
Like,
Diego, yeah.
and then you move to
Yeah.
LA. Now it doesn't matter. I'm in
Yeah.
Cali, so
Right.
twice a year I'm getting hit with Cali taxes, right? And then on that same year, you like, damn, I hope I ain't got the Jets and the Giants that year, right?
Right.
So you ain't getting Buffalo, right? So you're not getting hit
Yeah,
with New York taxes.
I'm trying
either.
to think of like what division would be the best for that. It'd probably be like the NFC South, like
Yeah,
the
the South would
Saints,
be good.
the
The
Saints, the
Saints,
Bucks, the Panthers.
That's a good one.
That'd be
The
sick.
AFC South
I
too.
was
AFC
right?
South,
Yeah,
Texans,
that's better. 'cause you got the
Jags.
Texans,
Oh, shit,
Jags. So
yeah.
you got Florida,
Yeah.
Texas,
Oh my God.
Tennessee,
Tennessee.
and then you just get taxed at Indy.
Yeah,
Yep.
Let's go play there, man.
and that's not even that's not bad in
Right.
comparison to New
right.
York.
But so it's like, let's go play there.
I was
man.
gonna say, but
Never
then the
even think of
AFC East?
That would be
East
like the
worst.
sucks.
Yeah.
because you got
You-
Bills and Jets.
you got you got Bills.
well,
Jets,
actually,
And honestly,
wait,
the West.
right?
technically,
and then the West stinks.
Yeah.
if you go to the Jets, are you taxed in New York or New Jersey?
They both aren't.
See,
great.
I don't. I never.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
I-
technically
I
it's
don't know.
Jersey.
So, it's New York.
Okay.
That I do
Ah,
know.
you
That's-
cuck.
What
That's really-
sucks
that's really
because
a
you
double-edged
play in
sword.
Jersey though.
And they suck.
Right. You play in Jersey.
It's
you out in
cold.
Jersey, but then when you get your tax stubs, you like, hey, you owe New York this much. I ain't playing New
Yeah, I
York.
ain't playing New York.
But gotta live with it,
Dude,
man.
they suck. It's cold, and you get taxed.
Yeah.
The Jets,
This is tough.
don't go there.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is tough.
man. I mean, technically, well, if you would have played him early on in your career, Jets would have been decent.
Well,
Nah,
like,
they
Well,
were-
when did Mark
yeah,
Sanchez
no,
leave?
They
that was
always
before-
been at.
Before, even when Mark was there, let's be honest.
They always been.
Yeah,
Right.
that's too bad. It's like the
But I
little-
did play them with Rex Ryan and them there, but they wasn't that. That was after the 09, the 10.
Yep.
They were bad.
Yep.
They're just as bad now.
So
Shout out to Aaron Glenn though. I do believe in
shout out
AG.
Aaron Glenn.
I do believe in AG.
Where
but
do you think he ends up?
well, he's still in. What's
Oh,
it
is
called?
Is he still
still
there?
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to AG, but they gonna be ass though.
Yeah,
for a while. At least for another.
I love the
3-4
confidence.
years. Good
Maybe
luck.
they can get a quarterback. I mean, second overall pick.
I don't know.
Dante Moore's going
They
back
need-
to college.
They
So
need
I don't
Jesus.
know.
That's what they need. They need Jesus.
We all need
Well-
Jesus, but they probably need it more than we do.
It is
Yeah, that's
unfortunate.
true.
Did you see the video of the little kid outside the Jets stadium who was like, "The Jets suck.
The Jets suck.
This is. I've been a fan for my whole life, and
I'll always be a fan.
I'll
Just
always
like
be
the
a
Buffalo
fan.
Bill thing
This
that's
is
going around with the
brutal.
kid. They're never gonna win. It's like, damn, that's tough, man. That is tough. That is
man.
tough. But I know some people are getting, like, it's crazy. Like, I'm looking at that kid and I'm going, dude, I feel your pain. But can you imagine what your parents went through?
Oh,
At
no.
one point, it was 18 years
I
with
can't
no
imagine.
playoffs.
Yup.
I know.
At least y'all have had
Listen,
hope.
Right.
It was one point your mom or your dad, whoever recorded that
They were
video
just
was like,
losing.
yeah, it was like, hey, you got it way better than me, kid.
I'm in this a lot longer.
Right.
Well,
Like I tell my mom. My mom's a Raider fan, right? And I
Oh,
go,
really?
Mom, in my 34 years of living, and I would say 20 years of understanding football, your team sucked.
yeah.
And you still cheer for them. And they still mess up your Sundays. You still get mad on Sundays. And I'm like, they've been doing this for 25 years.
So were you a Raiders fan like growing up?
Yeah.
Or you were.
And then I got out of that real quick.
Right, well, that's what. So that was gonna be another question. Is like, so like, how like was it tough for your mom? Obviously, being a
Oh,
Broncos.
man, I'm going to show you this picture.
Oh
I got on
boy.
this
Oh
phone.
boy. So it wasn't tough. It sounds like she
Nah,
rooted
bro.
against you.
Oh, 100%. All
Oh,
the way.
man.
Let me
That
see
was
if I
like,
got
did you
this.
see Mendoza's? I think it was his cousin or uncle is a die-hard Miami
U.
fan.
Well, he grew up like
Yeah.
5 miles from
and
that
he
stadium.
was like, I win either way.
That's I guess.
See,
that's
you know,
fair.
those are the good ones.
Yeah.
My mama wasn't know that.
Oh, man.
She was rooting against you every freaking
what?
Sunday.
She'll have like a
Time.
Raiders jersey
Only
with just
on
Anderson
the Raider
on the back.
games, right? She'll root for me. I'm her son.
Of course, I
But
know.
when it came to it's not
The
a
team
list.
success.
Man,
She wasn't
in
feeling
Division Two.
none of
I
them.
know,
in
that's
Division
tough.
2, it's crazy.
That's really crazy.
I wonder while he finds the photo, would you rather would you rather be a fan of a team that always sucks like the Jets or a team where you have such high expectation every year and it fails?
From example, I don't know because that's what it is for us every year.
As you said, that's for us
And you guys,
Vikings fans too.
both of us.
We put up a 13 or like a 15-2-3 season or whatever, but then
Yeah,
end up losing
don't
first
find a
round.
way to win it.
So
That's
it's
tough.
tough.
Well, I just want to win a playoff game. That's all I want. I just want to win a playoff game with Herbert. Like it's
Yeah, I will say this though,
Sucks.
the great pickup on Mike McDaniels. That's a
You
great
think so?
hire.
At
It's a good
OC?
hire. It's a good hire. Fits what Harbaugh wants to do, but Mike McDaniels does well. Then he's going to be Herbert will have a hell of a year.
I hope so. We just gotta have a healthy offensive line.
You are in the toughest division in football.
Yeah,
now.
I know.
Well, Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL late,
Right.
so he might not be there for a while. But
Yeah.
you are in the toughest. You're one of the toughest divisions
Yep.
in football for sure.
Raiders getting Mendoza.
Yeah.
You face Brock Bowers twice a year, Ashton Genty.
Yep. And then obviously the Broncos are top dogs right now.
They are playing really
So,
well.
They are.
Shout out to my old team. I can't find this picture, but what I
So
am.
if you send it to us, we could just put it on
Yeah,
top
we'll
of the
put it.
video.
We'll put it
I'll
on.
find it.
We'll put it on top.
But
of the
what it
video.
is it's crazy. So, and I could probably find it on the internet. Like if you type in like C.J. Anderson mom. CBS, right? She during our game, she'll have my jersey on with the Raider coat over top of it.
That's
Ah.
crazy. That's
So if I
crazy.
wasn't in the game
She's-
or we on defense, she got the Raider coat. And then when I'm in the game, she got it off. So I remember, and my mom is hilarious, by the way. So I remember as I'm still scrolling looking for this picture, I remember when a fan this is in Denver, and the fan was like, what are you doing? Like, didn't really know that was my mom. And she was like, y'all suck, but that's my son. So I'm repping my son, but I'm a Raider all the way. And that's just my mom. Even though
love
we
that,
didn't
though.
suck, But that was just my mom, man. She didn't play around when it came to rooting for her team. Like when it was Raider week, like every media person it's Raider week, CJ. What is your mom doing? She's rooting for the Raiders. She's not rooting for me.
Doing
Nothing
the
I
huge.
can
Like
do about it.
there is no I want you to do well, son. And I hope y'all win, or I want you to do well, but I hope y'all lose. It was none of that. It was I want you to lose.
I want you to
That's what my
lose.
mama was on. I want you to lose.
Oh,
If you
man.
do good, that's great. But
Right.
like
Lose the game.
That's
so I'm not
funny.
mad on Sunday. Lose the
Oh,
game.
man.
I
That's
had
too
to go,
funny.
moms. I thought you loved me, moms. That's crazy.
Right.
She go, I had you. That was love enough.
That's awesome. I want to ask you too with coaching. How much do you see the game in a different perspective now?
Oh,
Like how different
completely.
is it? Do you kind of look back and you're like, okay, I was mad then, but I understand now. Maybe like a certain situation or just something where now you see everything through a different perspective.
A little. I was always a cerebral player,
Mhm.
so I've always looked at the game the way I look at it now. I think certain positions help though, right? So like for prime example, like when old linemen miss blocks or miss things, I go, I get that now. Shit's hard.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like it's different when I'm getting hit -3, -4 in the backfield. But I understand how technical and what you didn't have and what you didn't use.
Yeah.
I understand that part of it now. But as far as like the game as a whole and what it takes to win football games and how that goes and putting game plans together, I've always had that, right? I've always been a cerebral player. Like, to me, I've always felt like I wasn't the biggest, I wasn't the fastest, right? I wasn't the strongest. Like, my brain is how I got to play in the NFL for so long. So I've always took the game in that way, and then as a coach now, it's just grown and elevated for sure. It's awesome.
I got a couple current day Broncos questions, then I'll move in a little bit and go back to when your career started. But I have to ask something. We are in Western New York, so Buffalo's an hour.
Yep, hour about
west.
15 away, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Was it a catch or was it an interception?
INT.
Okay, I agree. I 100%
And,
I
agree.
agree,
and,
too.
and the only reason is, right, now, do I think they need to change the rule or talk about the rule? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right? But Brandon Cooks never really had the ball.
Right.
If he had it,
It wasn't long
then,
enough.
Yeah.
And then it got ripped away.
Now,
Yeah.
I do think where Bills fans are upset and where McDormand was upset when he came in, I stand for Buffalo and all that. That was cute, right? Even though you got fired,
That's cute.
right? Hey, don't give me no tributes. If you ever fire me, don't give me no tributes, by the way. But I do think where Bills are upset, fans are upset, how you not going to look at it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
No,
was
I
inter-
agree.
that was
I do agree you go
interesting.
look at
Yeah,
it.
that's
Because
interesting.
if you look at it and you slow it down, who knows what you see and what you might find. Because
Right.
you got all these screenshot pictures. and
Mhm.
you understand, these refs are older than us by at least 20 to 30, 20 to 25
Yep.
years, right? Some of these dudes are in their
Yep.
50s,
Well,
right? And they're watching it fast, full play. But I don't think Brandon really had it.
Right.
I agree. I agree 100%.
And I love B Cooks, man. Shout out, man. That's my guy.
Yeah,
from
he's
the
been
same
around a
area.
while.
Oh,
He's been
and he's
very
been great.
great.
Big
He's been productive
plays.
everywhere he's been.
Literally,
Yeah.
Cowboys, anywhere he's gone.
Big plays this
Yep.
year too.
Yeah,
So let's go back to the beginning from when you first stepped into Denver, undrafted free agent. How much did that set you up for the career you had? Kind of going in with a chip on your shoulder, maybe a little doubt, and then being a Super Bowl champion, started running back for a Super Bowl champion team.
It was interesting, right? Because I remember everybody going, "Why are you picking Denver? Why are you getting Denver?" And like I said, I was always a cerebral player, so I was
Mhm.
like, if one thing I ever get to do is get to play with Peyton Manning, I get
Right.
to tell people I play with Peyton Manning. So, it was this tweet talked to, it was this clip. Tom Brady was speaking like, "I'm going up to people saying, hey, what's up? I'm Tom Brady." And I'm like, I responded. I was like, damn, Peyton did that to me like day 3.
Damn.
Like came to me like, "What's up, CJ? I'm Peyton Manning." I'm like, duh. but I'm like, damn, he didn't know. I'm like, damn, Peyton Manning know who the fuck I am. I'm just an undrafted
That's
kid.
sick.
Like, this is crazy. But one, like you said, I think it gave me the chip. But the second thing about being undrafted, I got put in a really good situation. I got to choose that
Mhm.
situation, right? Something that me and Le'Veon Bell talked about earlier in our careers. He goes to Pittsburgh with a bunch of good vets,
Mhm.
right? And this is before Antonio
Yeah.
Brown. I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah.
like just Ben Roethlisberger, Larry Foote, the people on the
You like
defense,
Willie
right?
Parker, like,
Yeah.
yep.
So he goes with a bunch of good vets. I go to Denver. It's Champ Bailey, it's Sean Phillips, it's Wesley Woodyard, right? Obviously, we bring in DeMarcus Ware, but I got a bunch of good vets early in my career.
Yep.
You look at some people who were in our draft class, like Jonathan Franklin.
Oh, he was a beast.
Zach Stacy is another one. You get to certain organizations that really don't have a lot of good vets.
Yeah.
So you don't know what it means. Like, I got to see Peyton every day, what it means to be a pro.
Right.
How you come to work, how you come in the building, how you do those things. And that creates the culture, right? And I think that's another thing that elevates that, right? Where you, to me, and I'm saying this with my opinion from the outside in, I'm not in the building every day. But I think of Keon Coleman, I think the biggest thing that he has is maturity.
Yeah.
And I think some of that is because of the culture
Within
and what the vets can do. Because, like, if it was myself or Ronnie Hillman, rest in peace, Monte Ball, if we was tripping, the vets was grabbing us.
Right.
Like, when Vaughn was tripping early in his career, the champ was like, hey.
Von Miller.
Yeah, like, hey, nah, we ain't doing that around. That's not how we do things around here, right? Peyton, that's not how we do things around here if we're trying to win championships, things like that. So I think that's another part of it, right? That's a little bittersweet. Yeah, I don't get as much opportunity as the others. I had to earn my opportunity, so I think it's always great when you earn it.
Right.
But I had a lot of vets where if I was tripping, I'm getting snatched up and getting grabbed up.
I have a question about kind of being undrafted free agent because I used to work in TV in the Illinois market, and I'd always talk to players before the draft to get their opinion. I even talked to some of the agents. Once you got to the later rounds, were you kind of hoping maybe you'd be under? Obviously, it's a dream.
Hell nah. You want your
I know.
name
I'd say it's a
called?
dream.
Bro, you
So
know
I
what
went
it's
on
like?
TV.
So look, So look, imagine, right? You throw a party. You think you're getting your number called, right? Agents is telling you things, right? You seeing the projections. So I thought I was going fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh, right? This is what they don't tell you. So Titans call me, Raiders call me, in Arizona. Well, Titans call and said we go running back. CJ, we going with you, but they don't go running back. Raiders called me, said they going running back. They went Latavius Murray, right? Good career by my
local
man.
kid. He's from an hour.
Oh, really?
East.
I didn't know he was from out there.
Latavius.
Yeah,
I didn't
Latavius Murray,
know.
Syracuse, right?
Yeah, I'll talk to you more about that after
That's
because
dope,
me and
that's dope.
Latavius have done some things together.
Yeah, that's dope. But nah, shout out to Latavius, right? Good career, right? All that good stuff, right?
T-Train.
But yeah, he went there, and I was like, damn, that's what they felt. I had a great workout with the Raiders too in my little pre-draft.
And that's your team. Like,
Right, I'm home. I'm like, damn, let's go, right? Like, I think I'm.
Right.
But can you imagine having a party, everybody downstairs, and it's
It's
all
gonna be
good,
tough.
and then that shit's just going. I went upstairs 'cause I was pissed.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Right now, everybody's like, "Where's CJ? Where's CJ?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm not finna hear my name get called. That's crazy." So it's more that. So like, I get that because you get later rounds and things happen, and obviously the money is better in those later rounds than it is in being undrafted. But it's kind of like the embarrassment feeling, like this is all about you, and all of a sudden,
it's not.
yeah, no one's hearing your name, no one's going on, right? So that's to answer that question. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Kind of to like backtrack, I did a little bit of research and I saw that you did a little time at community college at Laney, right?
I did.
Tell me about like that experience.
Oh, the grind. So if you ever seen
sure.
Last Chance U,
I have, yep.
that's true.
Yeah, I
What
believe
those
it.
kids go through, at least the one in Oakland too, and rest in peace, rest in
Yes.
peace, Beam, right?
Was he
Yeah,
your coach?
yeah, he was our offensive coordinator. I
that.
was there. Nah, Beam's my dog. It was a great service. We sent him out the right way.
That's awesome.
Very impactful. But what you see people like driving so long away, kids sleeping in their car, nothing. That's true.
It's a grind.
It's a different grind at the JUCO level, and that shape. I always say that the JUCO level gave me my mental toughness
For sure.
That shaped me because I was getting up 4:30 in the morning, jumping on bus to get to BART station. That's like Subway for y'all out this way. But to get on a BART station, to get there, just to make weights at 6:30, I was getting off the BART at 6:13 every day, running to the locker room, get dressed, and I'm doing that 6 days a week,
Man.
right? And there's days I didn't want to like. Right, you gotta go home, go to sleep. I gotta wake up I'm already waking up at 4:45 just to make the 5:30 bus.
Right.
Right. So, cause I wasn't driving. Right, I wasn't driving in them times, not yet. But the community college gave me the mental toughness.
Right.
Because you put yourself back in the pool with everybody.
Right.
Right. High school too. Right. Especially the way the game is now. Thank God there was no portal with me back in the day. I always think that too. But right. You're recruiting against top high school 5-star recruits who people are interested in, right? Then you got the top JC recruits. Thank God I was one of them.
Yep.
But you got your top JC recruits, and you're in that grind every day with limited resources.
Right.
So that's where that comes from, and shout out to Laney College for that.
That's cool.
Awesome. In your rookie year, maybe it was even like second year. Did you ever have a welcome to the league moment?
So
Maybe where you got hit too hard or
so
something?
so I'm gonna tell you this. It was second or third year in the league. Year we won the Super Bowl. So obviously rookie year I barely played.
Mm-hmm.
Second year I make the Pro Bowl. You would think I
Yeah,
make
right.
the
Yep.
Pro Bowl, right? We have a joint practice against the Niners.
Okay.
I'll never forget this. This is my moment.
Oh boy.
And defense, right? It's Justin Smith, right? Dante Whitner,
Yep.
Deshaun Goldston, right? Obviously P. Willie, Navarro
I was
Bowman,
gonna say yep.
right? Alden Smith, right?
Yep.
So I'm coming off the Pro Bowl year, right? Hey, CJ, you're the starter. Boom. I'm out there with the ones.
You're like,
for the
hell
first time. Juice, right? Juice, right? And I'm in the backfield. We doing 907. I'm in the backfield, and I'm like, what the f is Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman? Get an inside zone, and Bobo, right? I call him Bobo. Navarro rocks me in practice. Rocks me. Right? So I get up. No lie. I get up. And this ain't even live. What's third tempo?
Yep.
But boom, he rocks me. I fall. Thank God I held on to the ball. But I get up, I get back in the huddle, and Peyton like, you all right? And I'm like, what the happened? And they like, yo. Right? Concussion test. I end up passing out. I end up passing, not passing out. I end up
I was
passing the
like,
concussion
what?
test. Yeah, I end up passing the concussion test. I finished practice. And I go to Bubbo at the end.
You're
of
like, what
practice.
the hell is that?
And I go, bruh, I heard y'all talking like we was gonna be cool. The tempo. He was like, yeah, but I saw your fresh ass there, so I had to let you know. I had to let you know, like, whatever you did last year, you ain't gonna do again this year. And I'm like, damn, we don't even play all this year, right? Like, I'm in my head, but like, we're sitting at lunch, and that's when we're talking about it. But that was probably my welcome moment. Like when I tell you he rocked.
And he's big. Dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's at the Chargers. He's a linebacker.
He's
coach
linebacker
for
coach of
us.
the Chargers
Yep.
now, right? But he blitzes, he hits the hole right in the B gap, and he just. And the good thing is, only people who gonna see it is the people who was with the Niners and the people at training camp, of
Right.
course. But the people in the Niners, the people that, like, it's not on no film because it's practice.
Right.
But he destroyed me, and I tell people that was my that's okay. I'm
That
here
was
now.
crazy.
And that was my third year in, right? Like I said, I barely played my rookie year. I
Right.
made the Pro Bowl my second year.
14.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just dominating. So that Navarro was like, yeah, that shit, that's exactly what he said to me. That shit last year, you're not doing that shit. And I'm like, tell him, bro, we don't even play you this
We
year.
didn't play you.
We
You
don't
guys
even
are in
play
the
this-
NFC.
Right. A whole different side. But he rocked me, man. So that's my
That's
my
cool.
moment.
So
That's
if we
awesome.
reach out to the Broncos, they might have that film
Oh,
somewhere.
they better.
We gotta find it.
They better.
We gotta find that.
I mean, you see it. It's on. It's just bad. That shit bad. But he
I can't
Oh,
imagine seeing those two
man.
guys at linebacker.
Cause I'm
like,
in
well,
the backfield and I'm like,
I hope
I'm
I
like-
don't make it to
I'm
the next
like,
level here.
Damn. I'm like, damn, am I really? Like first you excited, you out there with the runs, you run out. Then I'm like, damn, I'm really in the game. That's Justin Smith, that's P. Willie, that Bobo. I'm like, damn. I said this. But I'm like, I'm in my head, I'm like, it's practice.
Right.
Like, yeah.
They're not gonna hit me that
right.
hard.
You hear the practice how you play, you hear that, but I'm like, man, this is practice. We already had an agreement. Like I heard all of us talking. Obviously, I never said, but I heard the O-line talking like, hey, we gonna be chill. D-line saying we gonna be chill. So I'm like, all right, this shit cool. Hell nah, he gave it to me. He gave it to me.
Did you ever have your rookie season like a rookie like initiation?
Yeah, I did all
or-
that. I
Okay.
got my car popcorn by Peyton.
Really?
I carried the
funny.
pads.
Ah.
Yeah, we did all that. We
That's
had the
cool,
weird
though.
haircuts.
Nice.
I
So,
love
yeah, I
that.
did all that.
Is there a moment where like we were talking about at the beginning how Peyton's kind of that 1% and he was kind of an ass, you say. Is there a moment where like he got after you maybe in a practice or even in a game where he like puts you in your
so
place?
This is also my rookie year. So this is my rookie year.
Right.
This is crazy. So after practice, me, Peyton, and Monte used to run through the practice script.
Monte Ball.
Yeah, Monte Ball. We used to run through the practice script. And to be honest, it wasn't really me and Peyton. It was really Monte and Peyton. And I was like, I'm not letting this dude get an edge on me. I'm finna get over here, right? And I remember the first time I went over there, Peyton looked at me like, what you doing here? Shit, I'm getting these reps. I'm not finna let you get these. He's a second round pick. I'm undrafted. They're gonna play him. I
Right.
get it.
Yeah.
Right? And I messed up on one of the reps, and Peyton was like, come on now, boy. And I was like, whoa, boy, I ain't your boy. And we kind of got into it, but, you know, he was Peyton. I didn't really say nothing after that.
Right.
Right. I remember the running back coach went to me and said, look, I'm all good with you standing up for yourself. Just know who you standing up to. That man makes a lot of decisions around here. Right. Obviously, we talking years later, me and Peyton are tight as thieves. That's my dog.
So cool.
But I just remember those moments where, right, like I got some motivation from Peyton too. We make the first Super Bowl. Peyton throws this Super Bowl party for the starters, right? And it's not like a real party, it's like a dinner. Right. I don't want to say a party. It's like a little dinner. He throws his dinner for like the starters and rotated players. Mm-hmm. So me and Andre Bubba Carwell, that's my dog. This is Super Bowl 48. It's my rookie year.
Okay.
Right? I'm going, and the dude at the front door goes, CJ, you can't come in. Let Bubs in, but don't let me in. I'm not playing. I played the last 2 minutes of the first Super Bowl. But I didn't play a lot my rookie year.
Right.
And I was like, but I'm on the team. And he was like, yeah, Peyton only got this for you. You know, Demarius, West, right, Clady, like the starters and a couple backups. And I'm like, and I'm the backup. So
you're like, damn.
So I'm like, yeah. So I sit down. Andre can tell the story now. So let's say y'all in this room.
Right.
I'm sitting down right here waiting on Dre. Cause that was my vet who I was around a lot, right? Right? I'm waiting on Dre. And when Dre walked out, I said, I'll be damned if I go to another Super Bowl and I'm not in the party. So when we made Super Bowl 50, when I got in, I was like, hey, I'm here now. I kind of laughed. But yeah, man, I mean,
that's awesome.
Those little things like that kind of motivated me to like
for sure.
Hold on, man, what you mean I can't be in here? Like,
I belong
I'm going to earn this shit, you know what I'm saying? So,
oh, man,
those
that's
things
awesome.
like that too.
What was it like playing in the Super Bowl? What's that feeling? I mean, that's the biggest game of the year.
I ain't going to say I hate. I know people hate when I answer this question this way because it's the truth. It's just another game.
Yeah.
I swear, like, we are so focused and locked in. I couldn't tell you what goes on.
Yeah.
Like, I remember in Atlanta, the last Super Bowl I lost, they were like, bro, look at Quavo and the Migos and look at all, like, you hear kids saying that, and I'm like,
I didn't hear any of that.
yeah, I'm like, they're like my mom or my brothers would be like, did you see this guy or did you see this guy? And I'm like, no.
I was playing.
I'm so locked in on what's going on. Like, it's just like once we get in our routine, like once we run out that tunnel and we get in our routine, it literally is about what's going on that day.
So in regards to that, like nerves wise, did you ever like get like nervous for games and stuff?
Nah.
No.
Preparation beats all that.
Really? Yeah. Even like the Super Bowl, it was just another day at the office.
AFC Championship game against them Patriots was way more intense.
Really?
Than the damn chips. Yeah.
I believe it.
Way more intense than the Super Bowl. So I remember it was like in both those championship games, right? Obviously the ones with the Saints, so we got away with a call. But the ones hey, I'm always honest. I'm always gonna be honest. But the AFC Championship games, we felt like that was the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was that intense.
Yeah.
It was fun though. Probably the funnest game I ever played in, but it was that intense.
Those are always the best.
And then when we get to Carolina, we're like when we got to San Francisco playing Carolina, we're like,
we already won.
Yeah, we finna breeze through these dudes.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we played the hard team already.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
how was Luke Kuechly on that team?
He was.
How was that? Who was like one of the best defensive player? Who is the best defensive player you played against? And then who's another like? I mean, he might even be the best, but who is another defensive player that no one really talks about that kind of like goes underspoken that always gave you like gave you trouble?
So for you Bills fans out here, Kyle Williams,
really
dog,
the big dog,
hated playing. Kyle.
He's a big boy.
I mean, this is in Denver. Kyle makes a tackle on me, and I go, damn, Kyle. I go, good tackle. 3 plays later, he makes another tackle. Right? Next series, he makes another tackle. I go, bruh, you everywhere. I'm just an old white boy trying to play football. See? That was his line,
awesome.
Right? That was his
awesome.
line. My thing with Luke Kuechly, he got snubbed. So I just want to say that out there. He got snubbed. He should be a Hall of Famer.
I agree.
But one thing I knew about Luke Kuechly, like people go, man, you ran over Luke Kuechly for the game with a touchdown. In the Super Bowl.
I was gonna say.
I did. But he tackles so high.
Yeah, he does.
That's what I told people on tape. And I run short, center gravity. I'm strong as shit.
Right.
Bro, you ain't finna just be bringing me down.
Right.
I ain't Devontae Freeman, no disrespect, great player, right? But, I ain't some of them dudes you was tackling in New Orleans and tackling in Tampa. You better come bring it when you come tackle me. So Luke Kuechly, great player, super smart. He definitely knew where everything was going. He calling this shit. But one thing I thought that was a weakness for him, what people love, I mean, obviously he was a tackling machine. He just tackled too high. I just knew one of my attributes was break tackles.
Right.
And if you're tackling high, you're not going to be able to tackle me.
Right.
So. But Kyle Williams is probably, I would say, the most dominant player that I have ever played against.
Wow. Interesting.
Right.
That's
cool. There's another one on that list is Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack's strongest dude I've ever.
Still playing.
Right. Strongest dude I've ever played in my life.
Yeah.
Like I tried to, how we chip? He moved me and the tackle to
get
go
out
the
of here.
sack. Yeah, I was like, bro, this dude's strong. Menelik Watson's like 330. I'm 220. He just moved us with both hands.
That's
Get up out of
crazy.
here.
That's
But
nuts.
Kyle Williams was a dog, man. One thing I love, and he has that underdog story too.
Yeah, yep.
But he can play. Like every time I played Kyle, his ass in the way. Like, bro, I'm just an old white boy trying to play football. See, that's one of my favorite lines from him. But he was just in the way. But he's a hell of a player though.
I do want to bring up too, because I was looking back at the stats from the Super Bowl win in 2016. So many people kind of focusing on the defense that year and how good it was. But so I looked it up, and it was the Broncos offense held to 194 total yards, but you had 90 rushing yards and 10 receiving.
I had 100 of them things.
I mean, was it kind of the game plan going in? C.J. Anderson
No,
on
so
offense
that's the
and get him
crazy
in
part.
the end zone. And I didn't mention the touchdown.
No one. So it's crazy. Like people bring that up. I've had these conversations before. No one ever said, "Hey, CJ, we gonna rely on you during the game," right? So I think I had 4 catches. What I had?
ESPN says 10
20
total
carries?
receiving yards. Yeah, just about 20 carries.
Yeah, I had 20 carries. So I had 24 touches.
Damn.
Right? Which is way different than what I had like 2 weeks prior. I was like 12 to 16. Right? And it was the way I was being ran. Like it was like over and over and over. So we win Super Bowl 50. I'm tired. I fall asleep in the hotel with my family.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did the Super Bowl party thing. We had Flo Rida there. That was trash. Right? Just gotta be honest.
He was ass.
Right? Nothing against Flo Rida, right? You might be a great artist, but you was ass that day. But that was trash. But I remember falling asleep. But no one was like, cause you usually get your mind ready for, like, I remember in 2014, right? Goose, Adam Gase. Goose was like, "Hey CJ, I'm gonna feed you the ball, right? I'm gonna give you 28 carries. I'm gonna give you 30 carries, right?" I remember those. So you get your mind prepared for that. I just walked out there, and the next thing you know, I'm like, damn, why am I so tired? Then I looked at the end of the
holy
game.
shit,
I'm like,
30
holy shit, I just touched the ball way more times than I ever thought, right?
Right.
Yeah, you're right. We only had 194 total yards. I had 100 of it, but it was fun, but no one told me that, so I wasn't prepared for it.
I remember thinking back. I mean, I was young. I would have been 16 at the time. I remember going into the game, there was a lot of speculation. Peyton's probably retiring. Did you guys know for sure that was his last game going
No, he
in?
didn't tell us, but we kind of had a feeling, but he didn't tell us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would say he didn't tell me. Let me say that. He
Right.
probably told others. But me and Peyton close enough, so I would assume he would have told us.
He was coming off the neck surgery.
Or
Was that the year after?
That was prior to him getting to
Yep.
the
Oh,
Broncos.
was
Yep.
it?
'Cause then they
Was it
drafted
with the
Love.
Colts?
But-
That's why
but-
they got rid of him at the
yeah.
Colts.
But-
Yep.
What people don't know, he'll tell us in the huddle, like, all of a sudden, hand go numb, can't feel shit. So CJ, I'm finna hand this shit.
Hand sleep.
And then,
Shut up.
right? And then next thing you know, I got the feeling back, boys, and then you'll see him rip a ball.
Jesus.
Right, like great, like just
crazy.
throws a great ball. You're like, God damn, like that's the type of shit playing with
Yeah.
around here.
That's
But
nuts.
we kind of didn't know. He kind of really didn't say. I mean, we had a feeling,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because like the drop off was real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I first got to Denver, Peyton won his 5th MVP. He
Threw
lighting that
55 touchdowns.
lighting that shit up.
Crazy.
Like
Him
I
and
remember
Demaryius Thomas, dude. RIP.
first game ever. My first NFL game ever. We played the Ravens at home. He throws 7 touchdowns.
Jesus
Right,
Christ.
I'm inactive, so I'm watching the game from the sideline. I'm just singing, "Boom, boom," bombs over Baghdad. I call my mom after the game. I go, "Who the playing with?" Like I knew Peyton Manning, but it was like when you see it live, it's like
This guy's a freak.
Different
right.
beast.
He's changing plays.
How has this
and then
guy ever
once he-
lost a game?
Once he changed the plays, he's throwing the touchdown after he changed the play, and I'm like, oh, this is Peyton Manning, right? And then year two for me, right? He's doing his thing, right? And it's not the big drop off, but it's starting to drop off.
Yeah.
And then that final year, it was like you see him throwing practice, and you're like,
What the hell?
where the from 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Where does that guy
Yeah,
go? And then
sad,
just you
sad.
start,
Yeah.
just that time.
Part of life.
Yeah.
Do you think that kind of motivated a lot of guys, knowing probably this is going to be the last game, his last Super Bowl he plays, that we got to get it done?
I think we played way more for.
I mean,
DeMarcus.
obviously, it's not for him. I
think we
understand.
played way more for DeMarcus than we did Peyton.
Okay.
Oh, DeMarcus Ware?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that was
'Cause-
his last year too, wasn't it?
No, he played one more year
Did
after
he play
that,
one more?
but
He
it was
was a
more.
Baller.
It was more of this was his ever because he was in Dallas for so
Mhm.
long.
Yeah.
And
so
they ain't
long.
making it.
They wasn't making no
No.
fucking playoff run.
He's like, I need this. I need this bad.
It was
Peyton
kind
already
of
had
more
one.
like we looked at it like, yeah, we gonna we definitely said we gonna do this for P,
Right.
Yeah.
but we also was like, damn, we gonna do this to Mark. And we
Yeah.
kind of
Right.
felt the same way first Super Bowl too for Champ.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
that was probably Champ's last.
Yeah, we was trying to
one of
think
his
for
last.
Champ, right? We were
Yeah.
like, man, we didn't get it done, but
Yeah.
like we was happy for Peyton, and we knew that was gonna be the storyline. But a lot of us was like, man, we just got DeMarcus his
Yeah.
first ring, first time ever playing in a championship game, first time ever playing in a
That's
Super
awesome.
Bowl, and I think it was that. But that's what made our team so tight. Like
Yeah.
we played for one another, we played for each other, right? And then we cleaned on those big storylines. Like
Yeah.
Peyton, you retire, then we gonna make sure you go out
Mm-hmm.
the right way. Like when that circulated, when I guess one of the media's called like he told Bill Belichick this is his last rodeo or some shit. So like obviously when we brought it up in the team meeting right later in the week, he kind of denied it. But then we were all kind of like, bro, if it is your last, we finna go out here and
Uh-huh.
get
Bang.
this
Yeah.
for you. You feel me? We ain't finna just let you go out on no L. That's
Right.
weak. So we're gonna go out here and get it for you. But I think we played for a lot of cats.
That's
too.
awesome. So it sounds like the whole team was just real close, which is awesome.
Oh yeah, we just had our 10-year reunion.
Really?
That's so cool.
We just
Like,
had our 10-year
the
reunion.
fact that you guys do that.
Yeah, so we had our 10-year
awesome.
reunion in October when the Broncos came back against the Giants,
Yep.
which is
Mhm.
crazy, right? And
That was a
Wow,
crazy
that-
ass
I
game, too.
remember. Okay, yep.
They were down
So-
33.
that whole
Nuts.
weekend, we just picked up where we left off.
I'm
That's
sure.
so
we ain't
cool.
seen each other. Some of us ain't seen each other in 10
10
years.
years. Yeah.
We just picked up where we left
That's
off.
awesome.
We in the locker room, we joking again, we laughing, we cracking jokes like we always do,
Right.
right? And it was like, damn, we can. I mean, if we were in our primes, we could probably go
Mhm.
win another one. Because we
Let's
would
get
just,
out there,
yeah,
fellas.
we just put it all together.
Yeah.
We just picked up where we left off, and I think that's what made our
Yeah.
team special. And I think that's what make this Bronco team special. They're about that tight too. You can see that,
Mhm.
Yep.
right? Like it wasn't no. This is like I hanged a lot with Akeem and TJ,
Mhm.
Vaughn. I hanged a lot with the defensive side of the ball, right? You had D linemen hanging with O linemen, right? You had
That's so cool.
receivers hanging with linebackers. Like that's how tight we were.
Right.
Mhm.
So that's I think to me like those moments you don't get back. And
Yeah.
it's crazy how a lot of us who ain't seen each other in 10 years, we just pick up where we
That's
left
so
off
cool.
like it was nothing. So that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Did you have like a specific like I guess say best friend that you always hung out with, and
Yeah.
even maybe after the fact you were
that
still
that was Andre Bubba Carwell. That's what
Andre
I'm talking
Bubba
about.
Carl?
Like that's my dog.
that's cool.
Till this day,
That's so
that's
cool.
my dog. And it's crazy. Like Chris Harris sees us at the 10-year anniversary. And he goes,
Oh, Chris
"I
Harris
knew-"
Jr.?
Yeah, he goes, I knew you two was gonna be together. I'm like, and like me and Dre talk, but I ain't seen him in 10 years.
Right.
But we do talk frequently, right? But I mean, obviously, 3 kids. I got a kid. He doing
Right.
things. I'm coaching. We don't really get this. We living in 2 different states. He's down in Georgia,
Mm.
and I'm all the way in Cali.
Cali.
So we don't really get to see each other like we used to every day in the locker room. But yeah, we just picked up where we left off.
That's awesome.
That's just
That's
kind of
awesome.
how it goes. Yeah.
Was that season your favorite of your career? Obviously, you win a Super Bowl, you rush for 1,000 yards, but is that the season that kind
I
of
bet Pro Bowl was pretty sick.
Pro Bowl was,
was pretty
fun.
sick?
Pro Bowl was fun, but I know Bronco fans not gonna like this. The Rams.
Really? When they went to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. I went through a lot that year. So I got cut from Denver because cap money.
Yep.
Mhm.
Go to Carolina. Me and Christian McCaffrey. Right? We're supposed to be this 1-2 duo.
Mhm.
He emerges, which I am
Still
super
rocking.
happy. Right.
Turns
yeah.
into a freak.
Yeah, he emerges. So they released me, but I asked to be released. We never put
Mm.
that part out there. I say it now because I'm retired and the whole organization has changed for Carolina. But
Yep.
I went to Marty Herney and Ron Rivera and was like, bro, all right, y'all not playing me. Get me out of here.
Right. Let me finish strong.
I tried to get traded first, and I had the Ravens in Green Bay, right? I'm finna go play with Aaron Rodgers, right? I'm finna go get traded to Green Bay.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, I'm finna go make this run, and da-da-da-da. Oh, CJ, we're gonna. And then next, you know, they give me the ball next week. I scored 2 touchdowns in Carolina, so I'm happy again, right? Yeah, I got stupid. Got me, right? Then I sit back on the bench for like 3-4 more weeks, and I'm like, all right, trade deadline's done. Y'all just lied to me, bro. Even though y'all made me happy 3 weeks ago, get my ass up out of here. So I leave there, and then I go to Oakland for like 6 days.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
So Doug Martin was hurt. Rest in peace, by the way.
Yeah.
Doug Martin was hurt. I go to Oakland because I think I'm finna play. Finish out the year strong, right? Raiders weren't making the playoffs, but I got there with the last like 4 games of the season. I go to Oakland, and then I pick up the playbook in a week. John Gruden sits me down after I didn't play against Pittsburgh. All of a sudden, Doug Martin was healthy to play. It was crazy. John Gruden sits me down in the office and go, damn, I don't want to cut you, but we just lost a lineman, and I got to move. I got to make moves.
I can see him
You're the
doing
last
this.
on the roster. So
Hey,
boom,
CJ.
Yeah. Right. Knock on wood if you feel me, right? So he gets me out of there, and then I get picked up by the Rams, and boom, that's that story.
Hell yeah.
And the one thing I like about the Rams, one, I never was cut because of my talent, so I've always said that. And 2, I get this long text message from Sean McVay before we play the Cardinals.
Wow,
right?
that's awesome.
And within that text message, I wish I still had that version of my of that phone. I don't even have that version of that phone, right? But with that, right, McVay goes, how you simultaneously pick this offense up in a week and all the hard work you put in, you're gonna be a big role to what we do tomorrow against the Cardinals, but in the playoffs. And he's saying all this, right? Then I go off. Go rush for 170.
Right.
Touchdown. I just go off.
Yep.
Right? Then I go off against the Niners for 154 total. Then I go off against the Cowboys.
Yep.
Now everybody's like, whoa.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, like, oh. And I'm like, I ain't never left. Like, shit, I was a Pro Bowl back. I just won Super Bowl 2 years ago. Pro Bowl back 3 years ago. Like,
I remember that.
But I'm like going all. And what I love about that, right, was the embrace that I got, not only from the Rams fans, but like I'm seeing McVay face going, this kid just came in here on a Tuesday, starting for me on Sunday, going off.
Balled out.
Every week he's just going off. But it's kind of, at that point, that's where I'll credit the vets that I was telling y'all like earlier, right? When we were talking earlier, right? The Sean Phillips and the Peytons and the Champ Baileys and the DeMarcus Wares and how to be a pro. I'm a vet at that time. This is year 7 for me.
Right.
So I'm a vet at that time. And I know what it takes to be successful and how to do it.
Right.
No matter what circumstances you come in, right? I understood, like, yeah, you guys were, at that time, I think they were 11-3. You guys are trying to make a playoff run. I know what that feels like. I mean, I just did that shit not too long ago, so let's go do it. And so that's probably my favorite moment.
That's awesome.
Wow. That's crazy.
That team was stacked, too.
Stacked.
Wasn't that when they traded, like, all of their, every pick? They got Jalen Ramsey.
Good.
And
we were good, man. We were good.
That was
We
crazy.
didn't get it finished.
Was
Lost
Von
to the
Miller there?
Or no, Von wasn't there. But we lost to the GOAT. But we had Marcus Peters.
Yeah,
Obviously.
Marcus Peters, Dante
Akeem,
Fowler when he was
Dante
a beast.
Fowler was there. Like, we were good.
Yeah, that was sick.
Obviously, Todd Gurley was shit, probably the best back in the game at that point.
He got banged up, right? And that's
how
when
I
you
got
came in and
that's how I got
balled
in
out.
there. And then me and him, the Cowboy
forgot
game.
about that, dude.
We still have that. I think it's like 273 or 274 rushing yards. Like, we still have that NFL record, most rushing yards in the playoff game. Me and him, like, he had 100, we were balling.
Were you on the team yet when it was the Chiefs game? When it was like
No.
54
No.
50?
I came
That was
weeks
that was
after.
wild. That was
a
wild
fun game, though. Fun game to watch.
Oh,
That
I'm
was
sure.
crazy.
That's
Fun game to
awesome.
watch.
Is there anything about your career maybe you regret? Or like looking back, you wish you'd done different? Not to drop like a huge question on you,
No,
but
that's a good question. No one's ever asked me that one before.
we're good. That's why I'm here.
Is there anything in my career that I might have regretted?
Could be college. If not, it's okay.
Nah, it's a good question. I just got to really, 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 really think about it. Because I do love the way my career was. I
Obviously,
love
everything
the,
happens for a reason.
Yeah, I love the way it went. I mean, the biggest regrets, it works out. But like we all grow up wanting to be the number 1 overall pick, wanting to be, this Heisman winner. If I can pinpoint one thing that I do regret, it will be earlier in my career, right? And I didn't notice until a little later. But it was how I handled myself in the locker room earlier in my career. Because I knew I was better than Monte.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect. MB, if you see this. Same way you know, Sean. But I knew I was better than him. I felt that way. Let me say it that way.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, career worked out the way it worked out. But I felt that way. And, like, I was, like, wanted to play right away.
Yeah.
And when you're in practice making plays, and then you walk in on Sundays and you see yourself inactive, but they're playing the 2 guys that you're out practicing. And at that point, like early in my career, and obviously I only waited a year, right? So that first year was long as
Oh, I bet.
Well, I mean, and then I waited 8 games going into the second because I played the last half of the season to make the Pro Bowl, which is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
But
8 games.
I used to be that locker room cancer. Why am I not playing, bro? Better than them. Da, 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 da. And it was DT, rest in peace, who was telling on me to my running back coach, because my running back coach would sit me down and be like, you in the locker room being a locker room cancer, and you talking a lot of shit, and you need to keep your mouth shut and keep working. And I'm like, man, what are you talking about? I ain't saying, no, I'm lying. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, I ain't saying none of that, but I was. But I found that out that when I found him and DT was close, I found that out. But that's probably one thing, because I know that comes off wrong. It rubs teammates wrong. Because I always like, one thing I do love what people do is like, hey, CJ, you were a great teammate. And I go, yeah, that's after I learned
how to be a good teammate. Yeah.
Right. I wasn't the greatest teammate in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right. But I was competitive, hyper competitive. I wanted to play. I was out playing him in practice for sure.
Right.
Right. But I didn't understand the business. So, hey, we invest in this guy. This guy's making $5 million. This guy's making $2 million. Yeah, they making $400,000. Like, I didn't get none of that. But I will say, like, that's that stat. Right. And I haven't talked to Monte or Noshawn since those days. So I don't even, like, I'm not saying
how they feel about it.
Yeah. I'm not, if we saw each other somewhere, I'm pretty sure it's like, what's up and it's good.
For sure.
But then I know in the back of their head, right, that might be he was a little prick. And I know in the back of my head, I'm also saying, but I was better than y'all.
Right.
My career says
you
that
know
too.
why I was a prick.
Right. But I will say that, because you never want to be in a work environment space,
For sure.
especially in the same room as other people,
Right.
and then they feel some way about you, and you feel like they feel like you don't have their support.
Yeah.
And those things. So I will say that. That's probably the biggest one.
That's awesome. Like, we got a few more questions, but I do want to kind of transition into a little bit college football with just recent events. Former Cal quarterback, Fernando Mendoza wins a national championship, Heisman, projected to be the first overall pick. What's it like seeing, Cal so well represented on the biggest stage?
Well, we recruited him. I
Yep.
recruited him. Me and Billy Muss, right? Shout out to Billy Musgrave. Should I do that here? I should do this here.
We call him?
Nah, I ain't gonna call him.
Sorry.
He's got probably too many people hitting his phone right now.
I take a lot of credit for what Fernando Mendoza has done this year.
Really?
And part of that is, I'm going to let you read it so you can see the credit. Part of that is, got it. So you can read that. When you read that, you can scroll down, right?
Okay.
So
Can we read out louder?
Nah, we ain't gonna do all that.
Okay.
But obviously, I gave him some tips versus the Bama game, right? You see what his response is to that.
Oh my gosh.
This is recent. This is recent.
Literally.
Yeah, this is recent.
Oh.
So, right? And then if you scroll, you see what he said. Let me know if you see anything against Oregon. I gave him some tips versus the Oregon game. You're going to see what he responded there, right? So, I'm into helping and coaching. I love coaching. I love what I do. Obviously, I learned from one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, the way I see the game and how I see it, I kind of gave him tips on that. So, seeing Fernando, and then obviously, he texted me this morning. So, you'll see that at the bottom, right? So, obviously, seeing his growth, like actually what I put in there, right? Seeing his growth and how he's grown because this is the story with Fernando Mendoza. We recruited him. I leave to go coach high school because I want to go coach. I didn't want to sit in the behind the scenes all day, right? And then I go to Rice. And then I'm done with Rice. I come back to Cal to grab my master's. So in that time off of grabbing my master's, me and him get back together from when I recruited him. And I told him when he was young, he's an NFL quarterback if he keep his mind off because he can make every throw. He was 6'4", all that good stuff, right? So yeah, that's what we do all the time. And then he gets back to me. He usually gets back, like, obviously national championship got back to me a little later, but he usually gets back to me right away. But so his final 4 games at Cal, starting with Syracuse, I tell him, and if I show you them text me to scroll up, I tell him, like, hey, meet me, because I'm seeing the way he's being coached at Cal. And I wasn't a fan of it, right? Now, I got nothing against Cal. Love my alma mater, right? But, you know, what J-Dub and some of them was doing out there wasn't the greatest.
Yep.
So I told him, hey, man, look, I got some things that I learned from Peyton Manning that I think you can be benefit of because he's super smart. Super smart. So I tell him after class, right? I'm like, hey, I'm done with class. After class, meet me at the facility, right? And for the last, like, 4 weeks, we go from 6 to 8 every day.
Wow.
And I kind of change his.
Dude, that's so cool.
That's cool.
I kind of change his. I kind of change his mental process and how to go out the game from a quarterback position.
Right.
Kind of teach him how to play the quarterback position. All from Peyton, right? It's not me. I didn't
Right.
play it, right? This is coming from one of the greatest to ever play the game. So if you watch the Syracuse game on the Stanford, on to the I think it's SMU, and then the bowl game.
Yep.
Right. You see his game completely change in some of the things. Right. And he just wants to leave. Right. So he asked Wilcox, like, hey, what do you think about CJ? CJ helped me, be offensive coordinator and all that. Wilcox tell him no, which I have that in here too, which is crazy. Wilcox tell him no, right? So he goes, man, CJ, I think I'm going to hit the portal. Like, you've helped me, you've done this, so, like, what should we do? So I'm like, man, you just let me know what you got going on. I don't know what you got going on, right? And he's like, Indiana. And I go, all right, if you're going to go to Indiana, ask these 3 questions, right? And I'm going to save those 3 questions for me because people can steal my juice. Nah, this is my game. But he asks these 3 questions, right? And he does that, right? I'm going to show you this other text. Just keep scrolling on this kid right quick.
Dude, that's so cool.
So he asks
sick.
He asks these 3 questions.
That's so cool.
Which I am, like, super excited about. And you can read yes, just read the yes.
Yeah.
Right? So he asks those 3 questions when it comes to, like, talking ball.
This is during his recruiting.
This is during when he's at he's at Indiana right now. And I'm asking him.
He's at Indiana.
Yeah, and I'm asking him, like, hey, did it all work out? How they woo? And he's like, yeah, you can see it. Like, they talk the game the way you talk about it, how they concepts, right? Because that's how I kind of taught him. Because that's where you saw his game just project. Like the Stanford touchdown, he drives the game down, right? That's probably one of his other famous interviews that everybody laughs about. Like, it was me and the boys on the 96-yard drive, right? But he sees cover 0, and I tell him, like, when you see cover 0, check to this. This is what you do, blah, 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 blah. He does that for Stanford, good, right? And then, obviously, he hits me up during the year, just on Penn State, just on certain things. Right. I'm just giving him little tips because I got access to a lot of film. So I'm just giving him tips. So he wins the Heisman, and I'm like, damn, that's dope. Like, I just helped you win the Heisman. Like, that's fucking dope. And then we get in the playoffs, and he hits me. He's like, what do you see against Bama? And I'm like, all right.
I bet.
Right. Let me get to work. And then as you see it, like, Key, let me know what you get against Oregon. Like, Key, let me know what you got against Miami. And I just, like, me and his relationship, and this is behind the scenes. This is the first time people hearing this. But this is just behind the scenes. But me and his relationship has grown from when I recruited the kid to where he's at now, right?
That's
and
awesome.
him representing Cal is huge.
Yeah.
But for me, it was, I took
Personal.
something that I learned from one of the greatest.
And gave it to this
right?
kid.
And gave it to this kid, and this kid grasped it.
Right.
And now look at this. This kid's going to be the
Number one overall pick.
And I'm like,
Dude, that's
I'm
so
like,
cool.
all right, CJ, you can do this shit. Like, you can do this shit. My goal is to be a college head coach one day for those reasons. Like,
I was
me
gonna
and
ask
Fernando
you,
talk,
is that
obviously,
kinda
right?
your-
My faith, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, his faith. We talk a lot more things outside of football as well.
Of course.
But it's just good to see that and it's not just him. Like Jack Indries, who's at Cal, who I coached in high school, helped him get to Cal. He's at the University of Texas. You'll hear him. He'll be a second, third round pick this year, right?
cool.
Tight end, right, out of Texas, right? But it's just good to see those guys who I've coached and have a relationship with and help teach the game how it was taught to me, and seeing them flourish in
Become
that.
successful.
And that's to me, that's why I'm in it. That's why I'm in it, to not only mentor you off the field, but then it's like, bro, I got all this knowledge from the Peytons and the Sean McVays and the Von Millers and the Champ Rayleys, and right. Me and Joe Thomas had the same agent. I've had conversations with Joe Thomas for O-lineman stuff. Like, I'm here to help you do whatever you want to do. So it's pretty cool to see that. And you know, how he represents himself is great, but obviously, right, it started with the Cal thing, but just seeing that move over and seeing how him and Signetti and all them has turned Bloomington into what it is pretty dope.
It is
So I guess
crazy.
in conclusion, and Fernando Mendoza can back this up, to
You
all
read
the,
the
to
text
all the
messages.
D1 programs that need a coordinator or head coach, CJ
Holla
Harris
at
is
me.
available.
Holla at me.
Holla at me, man.
Mendoza can back him up.
Holla at me, man.
That's awesome. That's an awesome story.
That is cool.
People don't know that. And I told him, like, I said, I'm gonna start sharing those things because he know I'm trying to get in that space.
Mhm.
And he's done some shout outs for me too,
Yeah.
which is a good thing. But when you see that, it's like, and nothing against Signetti and Mike Shanahan and the coaches he got there, because obviously you read the text messages, they're talking the same way I'm talking, so they know what the fuck
Right,
talking
they know
about.
what they're
Yeah.
doing.
Right, they know what they're doing. But it's good to be like, hey, because I do think some of the things I gave him, like when we get on the phone and we talk, and we're talking in text as you see, I do think that's the difference between NFL coaching
in college.
and college coaching.
Yeah.
Right. All we do is watch tape.
Right.
Right. And I think blueprints and some of tendencies, like Peyton was so good. Like Peyton would be like, bro, your left foot is up. This is happening. Right. Right.
That's crazy.
If your stomach is breathing hard, this is like, that's how detailed Peyton was when it
That's
came
so
to.
sick.
Yeah, it was insane. But I'm glad I got to sit and notice that with him. Like, we'll be watching. He'd be like, CJ, what you notice? And he'd be like, nah, it's the same. He's like, nah, look at his right footer. Nah, look at this. You'd be like, oh. You'd be like, how you see that, right? But it's those little things and little tendencies that goes into the next step and the next level that I think that's going to help Fernando huge. Because, like, I mean, as you see, like, we got a lot of work to do.
Right.
And I told him, like, but we got to get you under the center. We got to get you how to talk. There's a lot of things that we're going to have to do. And I'm going to give him some tips and some things. And we're going to have some conversation. We haven't had that conversation yet, but is he coming back out here to train, right? How involved I'm going to be in that training? We haven't had that conversation yet, but I'm definitely going to continue to help the kid as much as I help him because, like I told the kid when I saw him in high school, if you keep your head on straight, you can play in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got him at Cal, that's exactly what I told him. Dude, you can make every throw. And you ain't going to do nothing but get bigger and stronger. He was already 6'4", so that shit ain't changing, right? But he's super accurate, right? Can throw every ball, right? Ball pops off his hand. So it's those things like that, and that's the fun thing. So the way he's representing himself and representing Cal is great. It's good to see all the success that he's had. But as I told him, we got a lot of work to do, right? That means nothing when you get to this.
NFL,
when you get
right.
to this,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
The guys in the locker room, when you finna go try to change the culture, they ain't trying to hear Heisman, Natty.
They don't
ain't
care. That's
right,
all out the
right.
window.
And you got people with families and food on the table, and
Right.
you even keeping jobs or you getting rid of jobs,
Right.
right? So
And on top of that, your mom's gonna be thrilled to have him with the Raiders.
she'll be happy, and she knows all about that, so she's more happy that
She's
I'm
gonna be
helping
like,
them out.
CJ, we gotta go to the game.
Yeah.
We're going to the game.
Speaking of like coaching and stuff, so you've had a stint already in college with Rice. Tell me about like that experience. Like how did you get in contact with them?
So Marcus Tuiasosopo, right? He was a tight end coach for Cal when we worked at Cal together.
Gotcha.
And he became the offensive coordinator for Rice. He's with the Lions right now.
Okay.
But he was kind of like, I was coaching high school, and they needed a running back coach. He was like, I know a guy. Boom, I go up there. And I think the biggest thing I learned from that young coaching to now, I think the biggest thing I learned was you got to play your role. I'm a lot different now as a coach than I was then as a coach.
Gotcha.
And when I say what I mean by that is, right, I'm still hyper competitive. I hate losing, right? When I got the Rice head coach, right? Look, nothing against Mike Bloomgren, right? He was
Bloomgren,
obviously the O-line coach for the Browns. We know how that went, right?
Mhm.
But I do think your resume is your resume. He was 11-31 when I got there.
Yeah.
And it was just like we're sitting in meetings and there's certain things that you want to do. And I'm like, that shit ain't it.
Yeah.
Now, you don't have to express that. I was highly expressive.
You seem like a kind of guy that likes to hold back.
No. I'm gonna tell you what it is. But part of it is I like winning. And then, right, like another thing, I like to be in the moment where we're in now.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously Mike Bloomgren came from Stanford, had Christian McCaffrey, had Bryce Love, was there with Andrew Luck in the hardball later areas. But he was there. But when he came a coordinator, it was really Bryce Love, Christian McCaffrey, Solomon Thomas, all these other dudes, right? And he's had success.
Yep.
Right? But you can't talk about your success at one place
In
when
the
you're
past.
11-31 at another place.
Correct.
Be different if you could talk about that success when you first got the Rice or even your second year. I'll give you that.
Right.
But you was at Rice 5 years from now.
Yeah.
And one thing that he did not like about me, right, was like, he goes, where did you learn that from? You just talk about people. No, I don't talk I just tell the fucking truth.
Right.
It sounds like talking right? Like, dude, you're 11-31. That shit's ass. Right? All right? You're an O-line dude, and our O-line is getting our running backs back here killed. That shit's ass.
Yeah.
Right? Now, how do we work together to get this shit fixed? Now, I do think there's I do believe in that, right? It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yep.
I do believe that, so I'm better at that. However, I'm going to tell you, right? Because we talk about the coaching success, and people are going to say, oh, it was high school. But, like, when I took over Monte Vista, high school that is,
Yep.
right? When I took over Monte Vista, bro, they ain't made the playoffs since 2016. Their ass was 0-7 coming off the COVID. We turned that shit around 1 year, went 7-3.
Yep.
It's the same with Benicia right now, right? Benicia ain't been in the playoffs. Actually, I lied. They went to the playoffs last year, well, before I got there. But they ain't had a winning season, right? Because now Cali rules is weird. But they ain't had a home playoff game in 6 years. They ain't won league in 7 years. Bruh, we win league. We dominate the league when I got there, right? Boom, we make a home playoff game. Now we lost first round of playoffs. But we flipped that shit around, right? 1 year.
Yeah.
But it's how we do it.
Right.
Right? And it's getting people to that standard. And what I did not like about Rice, right? Like, my room played well, and my room would tell you, like, they learned way more football than they've learned. Like, they will say it. Just like if you read the text message from them. Same text message from them. Coach, I learned way more in a year I had with you than the 4 years, 3 years I've been here. Right? And that speaks volumes. But part of that is, to me, it's from the top down. And I think when you are a head coach or you are a coordinator, right, there's certain standards that you have to live by that wins football games, right? And when you're not playing or living up to those standards, right, I think that's bull.
Yeah.
And what you would hear, right, so there's a coach, I won't say his name, but a very, very well coached. He will say, you'll hear he'll say, most coaches will just try to keep their jobs. Most ain't really trying to win. And I'm not saying Mike wasn't trying to win, but the people in the building was very more concerned about keeping their jobs than winning.
Winning football.
I don't give a fuck about the job.
Right.
I'm always going to be in the job.
Right.
That's what I do. I coach, right? Or as a player, I play. It's winning. It's a production, like, different than business, right? You go do a sales report every quarter. That's what I tell people in business, right? You go through a sales report in every quarter. 1 quarter, the sales might be great. Another quarter, the sales might not be great. Imagine if that's your job at the end of every quarter. You need to have your sales at this. That's what our business in sports is.
Right.
It's production-based. It's no gray area. This is black or white. Right? No disrespect to Sean McDormand, but this is black or white. Yeah, you were 98-50. Yo, winning. John Harbaugh. Yo, winning. And that's just doesn't mean they're bad coaches, doesn't mean this. It's just you not getting the job done.
Yep.
And that's what it is in our business.
Yep.
So when I walk into situations, even though it's high school and you can coach high school forever without being fired, at least in certain places, right? For me, I treat it like it's one of those, like, hey, if we not getting the job done, we gonna lose our jobs.
Right.
And I ain't trying to lose my job.
Right.
Because I know as a player, they getting rid of coaches before they getting rid of players.
Correct.
Right? The Bills, the Ravens, even the Chiefs, they getting rid of Andy Reid before they getting rid of Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
And that's just the truth.
Yep.
You even get the job done, Andy, or you don't. So, hey, Andy, yeah, you won 3 Super Bowls, and we'll give you this year. We might even give you next year.
Yep.
But if your ass is losing 4 years in a row.
I think Nick Sirianni's a prime example.
Right.
It seems like they always want him on the chopping block. It's like they just won 11. They just won a Super Bowl against the best team in arguably NFL history, and then they win their division. They lose a game, and all of a sudden, everybody wants him gone. I agree with you 100%.
And I think that's what makes sports great.
Yeah.
We want to be held at those.
Right.
If you don't want to be held at the standards, get that out of this business.
Right.
Right? And I think that's what makes it special. So, good luck to all the teams out there that's finding coaches. Obviously, I'm available if you want it. Just know if you get me, you're going to get a high. I'm work hard, right? I'm a competitor, right? I will be a little more toned on, like, what it is, though. I will say that. There's 1,000 ways to skin the cat, right? Obviously, I like the way I skin it than others. I think we all have that. But I think that's one thing I learned at Rice. Like, I didn't have to be so brutally honest in the building. Because that's what people forget, too, when you're brutally honest, right? I always start with me. Like, nope, my room didn't play well. Nope, we suck. Nope, we was shit. I have to coach that better.
Right.
But I got that from my coaches who groomed me. I've never seen Eric Studesville, Skip Pete, right? Just naming some coaches I've had in the league. I've never seen them put the blame on everybody else and then just say, oh, yeah, my room play. Nah, I've heard them say, I got to get CJ better. I got to get CJ up to speed. I got to get him. I've heard them say that. So I've always started with my room first, right? Or my side of the ball or whatever that is, me first. Hey, I got to be better. This how I'm going to be better than this. But when other people can't hold themselves accountable, then that's where that goes. So
That's fair.
Well, yeah, a lot. I mean, man, the stories today. I
know.
love it.
So
it's
cool.
fun.
I mean, it's always awesome
Learned
to
a lot
talk
of wisdom.
ball.
I'm trying to coach football team now. Let's get out there.
Motivate.
I'm also available for hire.
yeah, man, bring
Anybody.
it on. I got him.
Me and CJ are running the
Package
table
deal,
next year,
goddammit.
dude.
Can I do it?
No, dude. You don't have what it takes.
Listen, I know I didn't play as long as CJ, but I did play about 14 years of football.
That's
There you
fair.
go.
That's
So-
fair.
How was your football careers? We can finish on that.
My senior year, first play of the season. Or no, my
Are y'all from here?
Syracuse.
Syracuse. So,
So y'all
close.
played in this
Well, it
in high
wasn't as
school?
cold.
It
We
was
also had the dome.
That's good.
First game my junior
I was
year.
gonna say y'all actually played in. Like I'm coming from Cali, going. I couldn't imagine being 15, 16 years old, going
Playing in the freezing
right,
cold.
going out there Friday night. Like, you want me to run around in that? Like my first snow game, obviously snow game with the Patriots. My first snow game though was in the National Football League. Like, my first, like I could not imagine.
We get some snow games towards the end.
Yeah.
But my first game, junior year, first play, kick return, blew out my entire knee. Then my senior year, last play of the season,
Damn.
blocking a wide receiver, blew out my other knee. So I've had a fun career.
And I never.
But I played a long time. Pop Warner. I didn't
Right.
play the NFL. I mean, I was close. Listen,
were
I could
close.
have done it.
You were close.
Me as safety,
Damn.
they called me Harrison Smith,
Yeah, is that what they
the
call it?
hitman.
Harrison Smith was a very, very smart
We
football.
were just,
Very.
he's a big Vikings fan. We were
I'm a
just
Vi-
talking
I
about
think
him.
Harrison Smith is a Hall of Famer that nobody talks about.
He was a beast.
Unbelievable player.
He had a hell of a career.
Hell of a
They
career.
did long. Super long.
Very long.
He had 30,
Says he's
39
done.
picks, right?
Yeah, that's
Something like that.
I mean, he
He
got the
says he's
standing
done.
ovation at the
Yeah,
end,
I
so
know,
I'm
that was
assuming he's
awesome.
done.
That was awesome.
Had a hell of
Um,
a career though.
But I think I could coach.
I,
Well, not.
I gave up football when I was, I don't know, like 7th or 8th grade. I graduated high school at like 125 pounds. So I wrestled. I was
I was
wrestling.
gonna say you're a baseball guy.
Wrestling was my thing. Wrestling and lacrosse. So
Oh yeah, it's a big
Yeah.
lacrosse up here.
well,
Yeah,
that's what I
lacrosse
brought
is
when
big.
I brought up JUCO. I played JUCO at a community college out here, playing a national championship, and then transferred to a small D2
Long
school.
stick, short stick.
Oh, long
So you're a
stick. Yep,
defensive
I was a
guy.
pole. Yep. So the
He
days.
wasn't a shifty dude.
Nah, I didn't. I wasn't a goal
he
scorer.
was beating people up, though.
I was quick at one time, but I also blew out my knee twice, and then I got slow, and I'm small, so it just didn't work out. But
Oh man. Well, we appreciate you coming on talking with
Yes,
us. I
thank
mean, we
you for
talked
having
for like
me.
an hour and a half.
Yeah, I don't care.
Loved
Serena
it.
gonna be mad. But
No,
I
I
don't care.
know.
she's fine.
I love it. I mean, the Mendoza story is awesome.
so cool.
How you kind of developed in the NFL, awesome. Winning a Super Bowl.
And we didn't even get to bring up in college. You got to play with Keenan, right?
Keenan Allen, that's my
loves
dog.
Keenan
Is
Allen.
he?
2-1, man.
It's my guy.
I
forever.
still call him today. 2-1.
Slayer.
Still call him today. 2-1.
2-1.
Everybody see him. They be like, man, how you call him? I'm like, I've been knowing him since we was
Yeah.
19.
That's
I've
so
been knowing
cool.
his ass for.
That's
I
my
just,
God.
even
I love
when we
Keenan.
used to exchange at the end, they like, damn, CJ, who was 2-1? I'm like, oh, my bad, Keenan out. It just been calling me that forever. Even today, like he in my phone.
Was he nice like that in college as he
was
is now?
Fucking nice.
Yeah,
He's probably nicer because he was a lot faster than those dudes.
that's true.
So when he ran slow, we wasn't shocked that he ran slow,
Right.
But when he got in the league, we was like, I used to tell people, he gonna route your up. Nah, bro.
We'd be ready.
He gonna route your ass up. That's just what he do. He been doing that shit since college.
Really?
Yeah.
Third and Keenan still gets it.
Yeah.
Still
Still
gets
gets
it.
Getting old, man.
He is getting old.
We getting old, man. Well,
Still-
I'm done,
still
but these dudes is
productive.
getting old. Yeah, these dudes is getting
Still
old.
productive.
I wonder if they give him one more year. I know
I know
he's getting ready to call it quits though.
Yeah, it's gonna
That's
be
how I
it's gonna
thought
be
so.
interesting. I mean, Mike did the year prior, so it's like he dropped a couple of big
He
third
dropped,
downs.
He dropped some balls, which was shocking this
That's
year.
what I was saying.
Damn
I was
shocking.
pissed.
But you get age does play a factor.
It catches up.
Yeah.
I mean, just like you were saying, even with the best Peyton Manning, it just wasn't the same
it
that
just
last
wasn't the same.
year.
Like he
Yeah.
shot. I mean, I run around, like I said, I run around with my high school kids sometimes, and I'm like, damn,
I can't.
I'm still faster than them,
Oh.
but damn, I'm not what I used to be. Now in the weight room, I kick their ass.
Well, I-
But yeah, when I'm running or cutting, I'm like, damn, I used to do that with way more explosion
Ease, right?
than the example I'm showing you right now. Don't do it like I'm doing it. Do it way better than I'm doing it.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
too
Well,
much.
thank you, CJ Anderson,
Yes,
Super Bowl
appreciate you.
champion, coming on, joining us on The Hobby Never Sleeps. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Turn on the notifications so you know when we are have a new video each week. And check us out on all podcast streaming platforms. And once again, Super Bowl champion, CJ Anderson.
Yeet.
See you next week.
Thank
We
you.
move.
We move.